Today I have a huge haul from Book Outlet and I'm excited to share with you guys exactly what I got today. So let's get started. If you guys are not familiar with it, Book Outlet is one of my favorite places to buy books because they are all in brand new condition and they're guaranteed to be at least 50% off their market value. So let's see what I got. First up, I got several of these step into reading books that are themed around kind of the medieval Renaissance time period. They're not necessarily all actually historically accurate books, but I wanted to kind of find more literature around this area. For some reason, I have a huge library full of books when it comes to the other kind of 3 cycles of history that we study, but this one for some reason is very bare. So I wanted to fill those up. These is a step 2 into reading, and this is Sir Small and the Dragonfly. So you can see it's a little bit more simple text, great illustrations, but these will be ones that my younger ones can definitely read on their own. And with They're All About Reading, they're required to do 20 minutes of reading. And so this will be part of what they do for that reading time. A few more of the reading books that I got for them is A Poor Excuse for a Dragon. Now this is a step 4, and I'm gonna show you guys the difference. So they can definitely do the step 2. This is probably more so where they're at as far as reading, but I like to have a wide variety. And it also helps for when they have different periods of time. So they only have a few minutes. They can pick up the step 2. If they've got more time, they can go for the step 4. This is one of their history readers, which means this is fact, not fiction. And this is The Fly on the Ceiling. We've got a step 3 one, which is Gulliver's Travels. So this one has, again, a little more text, a little bit smaller, still lots and lots of pictures. This next one is one of our read alouds for next year, and it is beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is Robin Hood, and I actually surprisingly did not already have a copy. This book binding, I don't know how to describe it. It's not quite paper book, not quite hardback, but it is gorgeous. I love the etching here. And this is part of the Paper Mill Press series, and Book Outlet just started carrying these. So they actually have a bunch of these for the different classics. Now, if you've seen some of my other book hauls, you guys know that I got several of these night books. I think this is the 2nd or the 3rd one in the series, Sir Balin and the Ill-Fated. And it says, according to storytellers many years ago, the great King Arthur and his noble knights of the Round Table across destined to bring justice to England, which is great for the King Arthur and his noble knights, but what about a knight who's destined to bring disaster to everything he touches? Such a knight is poor Sir Balin, who bears the burden of a childhood prophecy of doom. Sure enough, whenever he's around, things go sour. Whether he's battling an invisible knight or accidentally overthrowing kingdoms, Sir Balin does his best, but always expects the worst. So like I said, this is a series of different knight books, and I have heard from many of you guys and many of my friends that this is an amazing series. It's funny, it's lighthearted, it's easy to read. So we're gonna read the first book as a family read aloud, and then the rest of them I'm planning to read with my younger 3. This book was not on any of our suggested read alouds, but it was one that Book Outlet offered, and I just kept looking at it and coming back to it, so I decided to go ahead and grab it. It's called Life in a Castle, and it has all sorts of fun facts about life in a castle, exactly what it sounds like. It has things like, what about moats and how does that work? It has the people in the community in the castle. It talks about the Great Hall and even has little mealtime behavior reminders. You've got great illustrations like this that show you inside the castle and what all the different areas are, and it's sprinkled with all sorts of fun facts. Again, another slight impulse purchase because it wasn't on any of my book recommendation lists. This one looks so fun. It's Apprentice Academy and it's knights. It's a really nice hardback book. I did not expect that at all, and very colorful inside. So here is an example of how to take off armor without using fire. It tells you all the different parts of armor, but obviously has a little humor mixed in as well. Here is how you can skip ahead in the process of becoming a knight. It says step 1, get noticed, and it has all these fun ways that they can get noticed. Step 2, the initiation, with all the different tests that they might put a knight through. It even has a section on how to wash King Arthur's dishes. It says that you'll learn how to fight people, how to fight dragons, how to fight giants and monsters, and how to fight everything else. You'll learn how to go on quests, you'll learn how to die, and more. I don't know. It just looked like a funny, silly one. I'll obviously pre-read some of it ahead of time just to make sure that it's appropriate content, but I thought it might be a fun addition. And then finally, this tiny book. This is King Arthur and His Knights, a nice hardback little pocket book. And this one is a short reader as well. So perfect for my younger readers. Okay, another one for my teens from Paper Mill Press. Again, it's that really nice binding, and this is Uncle Tom's Cabin. So they're going to be reading this either in their Redefining School class with their American literature, or I will be assigning it along with their American history. So either one, they're going to be getting Uncle Tom's Cabin. It was one of my favorites in high school, so I'm excited for them to have the opportunity to read it as well, and I'm really glad to have such a pretty copy. I kind of now want all my classics in this cover option. We've got some more fun picture books. I've got The Knight and the Dragon. This was on the read aloud list and definitely recommended if you guys need ideas of books to use in history or just in general. I love to use Sarah Mackenzie's Read Aloud Revival website. She has great ideas and she has them broken down like, hey, best books for boys, best books for girls, best book for this history time period or whatnot. So this was one of the ones on her list. Speaking of that list, I love anything by Gail Gibson. She's a really good author, and this is Knights in Shining Armor. And again, it's got fun facts and information and beautiful illustrations alongside of it. So we will be digging into that this year. We have a classic, The Chancellor and the Fox. I used to have a copy of this, but I think after 6 kids, several of the older kids that kind of went out on us, or I couldn't find it at least. So I went ahead and grabbed a brand new copy for only a couple of bucks. Of course, we love the Who Was series, and this is Joan of Arc, Who Was Joan of Arc. I have to look and see, but a lot of these Who Was books actually have correlating kind of study guides or activity guides that you can utilize alongside them from Jessica over at the Waldock Way. I'll link onto her shop down below, but she sells these guides for an incredibly affordable price, like under $5, and you can find them for most of the Who Was books. Is Neo Leo, is The Ageless Ideas of Leonardo da Vinci. So this is a really fun one as well. It has a story that goes through it, and then it has additional kind of factoid pages that you can read. So you're going to see sort of a timeline of his life, 1916, what did he do, and so on and so forth. This next one has nothing to do with medieval history at all, but this is Hello, Mrs. Pigglewiggle. I started reading through the Mrs. Pigglewiggle books with my girls this summer, and they could not get enough of them, so they asked for me to see if there was any on Book Outlet, so I grabbed this one. There are several in the series. And if you're not familiar with Miss Pigglewiggle, it's a classic story about a little old lady who loves children, and she comes up with all of these concoctions or all of these magic cures. It's just fun little things that she does to teach kids important lessons, but she calls them magic cures. For instance, in the first book, there is one where a little boy doesn't want to clean his room, and so she gives the mom the magic of teaching him how to handle it. And his room gets so messy that he literally can't get out of his room. He has to be fed through his window with a piece of toast stuck to the rake. Eventually, he gets tired enough with it and wants to get out of his room that he cleans his room, and suddenly the magic potion works. So you can see it's just kind of fun, lighthearted stories like that. So we'll be going into this next book. This is The Apple and the Arrow, and it's like a bigger book than I thought, so it's probably not Yowie. It's definitely not one we're gonna read all at one time. I was like, oh, we probably won't read it all in one day. No, when I look at that amount of text, we're definitely not reading this all in one day. But this is, of course, the classic story of the father who shoots the apple off of his son's head and the legend of William Tell. So we will work through this one, but this will take us a little bit. Okay, more early readers, obviously not medieval history, but again, I'm just trying to get more that are in their kind of reading level and ones that they can pick off of our shelf. So here is the stories of Amelia Earhart. We actually don't live too far away from Amelia Earhart's birthplace, and we've gotten to go visit that. So they always think anything Amelia Earhart is really, really neat. Next up, I have The Great Houdini. And so this one is a book 4 or step 4 in the series, but it goes through the magician of Houdini and his life. We have women who launched the computer age. So it's talking about several of the women that were very instrumental in that process. What I like about these ones, these are beyond the step 4 and whatnot. These are ones that are actually kind of beginning chapter books. So they're already broken up into chapters for you, so your child doesn't have to sit and finish the whole book at one time. It has natural breaking points where they can pause for the day. Next up is actually a different company, but it is another one of the early readers. It is a step 4, and it says, Are Dragons Real? I haven't read through this one and I'm not familiar with this company, but it looked interesting. And since we are going to be studying a lot about dragons, and this goes into some of the history of dragon stories and art and how all of this kind of came about, I thought it'd be worth looking at, but I will probably pre-read this one first. This is a DK early reader, and this one is all about the Harlem Renaissance. So I think this one will be a really fun one, especially for my middle schooler. She really enjoys kind of smaller books that have a lot of pictures still. She has some special needs, but this will be something that she'll enjoy because the content is definitely at her level, while the reading and the look of it is more in her interest. We've got another one in the Miss Piggle Wiggle series. I thought I had gotten more than one. This is Mrs. Piggle Wiggle's Magic, so it's just another set of her adventures. We've got a book on Thomas Jefferson, The 100 Dresses. So believe it or not, I've actually never read The 100 Dresses. I might have at one point and just forgotten, but I don't think I have. So I wanted to grab this to read alongside. I know this is a classic, like everybody knows about it, and I've heard great things. It's not too long, and it is broken up into small chapters. And the author is one that writes a lot of our favorites. She writes Ginger Pie, Pinkie Pie, The Moffats, and more. So I know we're gonna like it. It's not too horribly long, so it's a great beginning read aloud is what I've heard if you're just getting started or you have younger kids. So I went ahead and grabbed a copy for that. And then we've got the story of Amistad, which is the story of a slave ship. This again is a level 4 reader, so we'll have that on our bookshelf as well. If you want to see more of what I've gotten in the past from Book Outlet or thrift books, definitely check out this video here. And if you've never ordered from Book Outlet before, you can actually find an awesome coupon code down in my description that is going to get you some free stuff. So be sure to check that out.